Okay, here's our example. So consider the function f of x equals 1/20 for x is between 0 and 20 inclusive. X is a real number. The graph of f of x equals 1/20 is a horizontal line you can see here. However, since x is between 0 and 20 inclusive, f of x is restricted to the portion between x equals 0 and x equals 20. So all of this here. So now let's go ahead and answer. It says, suppose we want to find the area between f of x equals 1/20 and the x-axis where x is between 0 and 2. So the first thing that we want to do is we want to draw this out. So I'm going to say that is 2. Draw the line here. It doesn't have to be exact, and I'm going to shade it in. So we're trying to find the area between f of x equals 1/20, and then the x-axis is between 0 and 2. So first, the area of a rectangle. Just a reminder, area equals base times height. So in this instance, the base is 2 minus 0, and the height is 1/20. So area equals 2 times 1/20. Put that in your calculator, and we will get 0.1. So the area corresponds to a probability, and the probability that x is between 0 and 2 is 0.1. So we would rewrite this as probability of x is between 0 and 2 is 0.1. Let's continue with this example. Suppose we want to find the area between f of x equals 1/20 and the x-axis where x is between 4 and 15. So now we are going to just guesstimate. So this is 4 and this is 15. And this is what we're looking at here, this section here. So let's go ahead and find the area. The area we know is base times height. The base is going to be 15 minus 4. The height is 1/20. That hasn't changed. So 15 minus 4 is 11 times 1/20, which equals 0.55. So then what we would say is the probability that x is going to be between 4 and 15 is 0.55, or if we change that to a percent, 55%. So now let's take a look and see if we want to find the probability of x equal to 15. So this is a very specific situation here. This is 15 right here. So on the XY graph here, 15 is a vertical line. Remember that a vertical line is going to have no width. So when we try and calculate the area of this, and we try to find the base here, it has no width, is 0. Anything times 0 is 0. So we get a probability of 0. So the probability that a random variable is less than or equal to x is called the cumulative distribution function, or CDF. And we can calculate if it's less than or equal to, or if it's greater than. And you can see on the screen how we do that. So for this example, consider the function f of x equals 1/8. For x is between 0 and 8 inclusive. It wants us to draw the graph of f of x. And then it wants us to find the probability that x is between 2.5 and 7.5. So you can see we have the graph here. And then to find the probability, if you recall, all we have to do is 7.5 minus 2.5, which is 5. That's our base, and then times height. So 5 times 1/8 gives us 0.625. So the probability is 0.625.